I will say on the Prophet and Marcus, we still work with him. He's still basically a partner in business because we still do a lot of his design work, apparel. He's got Camping World. He's got Overstock. He's got the new Backyard brand, his Aspires thing he's doing for all the talks. So he's literally texting me last night, hey, we need some shirts for this event. I go, no problem. So
Marcus has been A+. Yeah, we're grateful that he's been in our lives.
You want to bring up Marcus?
I was going to.
That's the next thing.
I was about to say. I go, and we're kind of in this weird spot, and then we have our second location, our second store that's like losing money. We're in Huntington Beach, and the lease is up.
That was your third store because Glendale.
That was a pop-up.
It was a pop-up. It was a 1 year only.
Oh.
So we had the Seal Beach store, which was headquarters, design center. We have our Huntington Beach store. Now, the lease was up. And it's like they're bugging us. Hey, maybe we should just serving beer there. Like we got to figure out something's not making much money in that new center in Huntington Beach. And then all of a sudden, we sign up for the Prophet.
Shout out to Pacific City. Thanks for nothing.
No, shout out to Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus.
And it was funny. I was actually texting him this morning.
Marcus was the one who actually pointed you in the right direction, showed you the light.
Hold on. Let's back up. Wait.
What wasn't working.
So what happened was basically, looking at that store, we had to decide, are we going to keep doing this? We had an opportunity to go on the show. We filled out the paperwork. They go.
That's a pretty good story. I think we should.
That's a good point. But I basically said, hey, we're doing the show, right? We got hit up. We're doing the show.
Well, let me back up. Let me jump in. You can take, because it's more interesting than that. Because what happened was, Mike's wife Candy has Stitch and Feather, which does extremely well, and she has a knack for it, and she has a great eye, and the whole thing works. And our stores weren't working because guys don't really shop. They don't. They don't. They have the guys that we're friends with now are still wearing the T-shirts that we gave them 10, 12 years ago. They're still wearing those T-shirts. So
of course.
So hold on. A quick side note.
Wait. Let me finish.
Most of anything a guy wears is given to him.
Yes.
Birthdays, Father's Days, Christmas.
No, you're absolutely right. And that's why the business wasn't very good. So what happened was...
We don't like to shop.
No, shopping sucks. But hold on. Let me finish, because what happened was I was out. Mike said that because Mike was really watching The Prophet, and he was like, hey, John, this is a great show called The Prophet with this guy named Marcus Lemonis. He's the prophet because he knows business, and he's extremely wealthy and successful, and we can learn from this guy. So I'm like, yeah, I started watching the show. I'm like, this guy's awesome, and this show's great. I love it. And he's like, well, Candy wants to sign up for it. I'm like, why does...
No. What happened was we're watching it one night, and it was a retail fashion thing. And we watched it. I think he actually likes the fashion world. So I look over at my wife, and she's doing something on her phone. I'm like, are you signing up right now? She goes, yeah, I want help. Mm-hmm. So she signs up. The next morning I go, John, check out the recap of the show last night. It's pretty legit. And he checks it out, and I go, Candy, my wife signed up. And he goes, dude, we should sign up. We would be great for the show. I'm like,
we actually have problems.
No, and I go, are you? I was like, are you sure about that? Because really, it's
going to show all your good, bad, and the ugly.
Take your clothes off. So he goes, no, let's do it. So he signs up for it.
I did this. I go online. I punch all the stuff in. Mike sends some graphics and kind of makes it look really nice. And I'm about to push send. And I looked at Mike and go, are we doing this? And Mike's like, let's do it. I'm like, okay, because the second I push send, they're going to call. I know it. Mm-hmm. I push send. 2 days later, I get a phone call. We're walking on Main Street, Seal Beach.
Really?
I get a phone call. I'm all, hello? Oh, hey, John. This is
so-and-so
producer from The Prophet. We want to put you. We'd love to talk more about you guys. We think you're great. I think you'd be perfect for the show.
And see you next month. We're going to film. We're like, oh crap.
We did some interviews, some Skype stuff, and then they filmed that, and then they're like, we'll see you next month. And then after they started filming for a few weeks, because it takes 40 hours to do 40 minutes,
roughly, yeah.
And so they're basically filming, and we're giving them what they want. We're just being ourselves, and arguing over stupid crap and doing things that we used to do.
Well, and the big thing is that we never argued with him because we knew the show, we knew him, and so we're like,
he was the wise king. Just whatever he said, just do it.
And we just most of the shows they fight because they don't not listening to him.
You don't want to be one of the jerkheads.
Yeah.
No, but we knew.
But we actually wanted his advice.
Right.
So we were like, let's follow his advice to the letter. Let's do everything he said at the best of our ability. And we did that. And because we did that and just went all in, there was no plan B. This is do or die, do the whole thing. And we did that. And It took us about a year, and we almost doubled our business. 2 years, we tripled our business. 3 years, we're 5 times we did, and now we have, it's crazy to say, but 7 years later, and I'll give it to Marcus. Like, we have never been more financially successful, and had a great time hiring great people, paying our people really well. And now, 3 years ago, we bought your shop, and now that's 4 times bigger. And
they paid way too much money, which I'm still grateful for.
Well, I always tell people, you're there every day, so that's part of the deal. You're there watching everything. I know.
So, you being there,
you don't have to be there, but you're there every day.
But you being there gives Mike and I total peace of mind, because you know everything. You're Mr. Fix-It. You know all the ins and outs of inks and different things. And so when you meet with our manager Luis, who's incredible, and Gabby, who's also another rock star. So you're there, and they have questions. They see you. With you there, it's like Mike and I are there. So that's what makes it.
So it's been
special.
About 7 years? 7 years since we did the show, right?
Even though I'm not really in the ownership, the people over there think that.
I mean, Dad, you're kind of an owner. You're still the boss.
I'm really still El Jefe. Over
of course,
there.
of course.
You're our Jefe.
Yeah, no, but it's been what, 7? Has it been 7 years?
7 years.
But what I liked about the TV show, the Marcus, when he came in, on the TV show he explained your business model. You had this store and you had this store, and then you had this other business over here. This one did 500,000, this one did 300,000-400,000, and then this design business did $2 million or something like that.
Pretty much.
It's like
he's like, what are you wasting your time for?
This is a no-brainer, guys.
Yeah.
But
the thing is that we couldn't. Yeah, but that was shut down right away. We couldn't see that. All you got to do is again follow the money. Where is it working? We thought, hey, let's do a design business so we can fund this brand. It's like, no, let's flip it around. We did the brand to learn really how to do.
It was our PhD in learning this business.